Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today, fuel truck's already here. We'll come back to that in a second. Today, taking flights in the Wizz Air A320neo on a flight from Budapest to Catania. So, flight time was about an hour and 30 minutes, 90-minute flight today. And well, we've got a fair few storms en route today. It's quite stormy over Europe right now, so we do have to endure some of those. But it should be a decent flight today. Should be quite a good one. We are using PACX, we are using the usual setup, so we'll jump in the aircraft and start preparing ourselves ready for that today. Now the fuel truck's already here, so we can jump into the aircraft and pretty much get ready straight on the way onto that. So we require 18,633 pounds of fuel. 18,633. So that'll do us perfect. Close that. Jump to the overhead panel. Let's go. Wizz Air does operate the Neo. Yes, they're one of Europe's biggest operators in Neo, in fact. Right, so batteries on, solar power available. Set the IRS navigation. Fuel pumps will turn on. And we'll turn on the emergency arms lights. See what sign can come on straight away, so we have got fuel in the aeroplane. And make sure that the air conditioning is set. So like I say, flying with the newer version of the A320neo add-on, we have got a bit more of the overhead panel to work with today. So it's really just a case of setting everything up and get ourselves prepared for flighting. Those come on. These come on. That comes on. And finally, that comes on. So we'll set the MCD up now. So initialization from Budapest, which is Bravo Hotel, Lima Hotel, Bravo Papa. Cheers to that, Minac, for the 40 Indian rupees. Saying hey you. Alright, try that again. So Lima Hotel, Bravo Papa to Lima India, Charlie Lick. Right, let's plug that in. Flight number today is Whiskey 62353. Cost next is going to be 5. Always is with these sim brief plans. Cruising altitude flight level 350, 36,360. Next page. Zero fuel weight is 50.2. And our centre of gravity is going to be 20.7. Block fuel 8.5. So that's set up. Let's well, to the passengers on, shall we? So we're using PACX as always for that. So start our flights from Budapest to Catania. That's our flight number. Cruising at 360. Flight time, well, 2 hours 10 is the block time, so we'll leave that as it is. Time to take off about 25 minutes. Yeah, 25 minutes or 24 by the time we finish the setup. Flying an A320neo with 132 passengers on board. We don't have Wi-Fi, we don't have entertainment, we don't have boarding music, we do have a safety briefing. We do get a snack service, we do not get a meal service. And with that, passengers start boarding the aeroplane. I like that little thing. Report cabin service for reset. Presumably just reset the cabin. So yeah, passengers are boarding the aircraft now. Expected departure in 23 minutes. That's at the bottom. So we have got the full HUD working now, and it shouldn't be jumpy, the HUD at the bottom of the screen. So you guys can track our flight now from the top here with our Fly Live Studio stats. And at the bottom with my PACX information. There's a lot more going on with these streams these days. A lot more add-ons being squeezed into Microsoft Flight Sim, getting the most out of it. How are you guys doing on the stream? Cost index, asks Zabarato. So cost index is the it's what an aircraft uses to manage its cruising speed and fuel efficiency. So the lower your fuel cost index, the more efficient your airplane will be during flights. So the higher, the less efficient, therefore you cruise at a slightly faster speed. And my iPACX, I mean, I'm loving this. It's just a whole new passenger simulation add-on that just adds more to the sim. And, well, let's greet our passengers actually before we continue the setup. Good. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard this Wizz Air Flights 2353 from Budapest to Catania. Flight time today is 2 hours and 10 minutes. We're in the final stage of preparing the aircraft for push and starts, and so we ask you to sit down, put your seatbelts on, and any questions we talk cabin crew today. We hope you enjoy flights with us today. Hang on. Come on, Drawyah, you can do this. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard this Wizz Air Flights 2353 from Budapest to Catania. Flight time today is 2 hours and 10 minutes, and we're currently in the final stage of preparing the aircraft for push and starts. Any questions, speak to our camera crew today. As always, sit down in your seats and put your seatbelts on, and we hope you enjoy your flights with Wizz Air today. There you go, generic public address. That should do it correctly now. Come on, Drawyah, you can do this. I caught that as well. Wizz Air Flights 2353 from Budapest to Catania. Flight time today is 2 hours and 10 minutes, and we're currently in the final. Yeah, it's currently at Budapest. Passenger getting their instruction from me. On, and we hope you enjoy your flights with Wizz Air today. And let's program our flight plan. We are also using IVAO for ATC. There is an active centre right now, so we shall be getting an IFR clearance. Well, that'll come in due course. Right, let's get our flight plan ready. So, Airways, flying to Drawyah. From Drawyah, we fly to Catania. And then it's Gaga before finally flying to Uxata. And that is that. Insert and confirm. Now the departure I'm expecting is runway 31 right on the Drawyah 1 Romeo departure, but we shall speak to ATC before confirming any of that. So let's tune in to the frequency 120375.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to welcome you aboard our flight. When you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in a front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bins. If you have any trouble finding a location for your carry-on items,
let's oops, make sure she selects frequency.
If the
There we
overhead
go.
bin is full after you put your carry-on inside of it.
Alright, let's speak to the tower. Let's get our clearance today. Good evening, Centre. This is Wizz Air 2353 requesting IFR clearance to Catania.
Wizz Air 2355, correction. 2353, please track your flight plan because your departure SID is being correct.
We should be correct. No, it's not, because SimBriefer
Control OK,
didn't like that. Give me 2 seconds.
right, 36 left.
Yeah, 204, right, and take off runway 31 left.
Yes, SimBriefer didn't like one of my waypoints there, so let me just manually re-add the
Clear
Drawyah
to take off
departure.
3 and 1 left KLM 275.
Runner 8144, turn left heading 120.
Right, let's give that a second go, shall we? So I've updated the flight plan. We are now using the Drawyah waypoints. Just confirm.
Left 120, Ryanair 8744.
Right. Wizz Air 2353 requesting IFR copy to Catania.
Wizz Air 2353, stand by.
Stand by, that's fine. So, very nice. So passengers boarding, Iris will be landed in 1 minute. Let's reset the I've never had a tower actually argue me before. That is a first.
We're ready to go when you are.
I mean, we are using a SimBrief flight plan. It's right here in front of your eyes. And so, I'm not quite sure why he's unhappy with that.
KLM 204 passing 3000.
KLM 204 radar contact, proceed direct, Gillette, climb level 340.
Climb 340, KLM 204.
KLM 204 direct, Gillette, proceed direct, Gillette.
Proceed direct Gillette, KLM 204.
Alright, well, I'll see what the, So you don't understand me. The voice is coming from IVAO. IVAO. I cannot lie, I'm actually a little bit stunted by that one. Continue on Unicom. Fair enough.
Ryanair 844, distance flight level 110.
Right, so should I again, shall we? Departure is 31 right by the Dazzler 1 Romeo departure. Insert that. Right, try and figure out what I'm doing now. So I've set that up right. Let's get that medical meta information. Lima Hotel Bravo Papa. Current meta is 1009 QNH. Cruising at flight level 360, so 36,000 feet on the altitude. Climbing at 2,500 feet per minute. Speed initial climb out to 250 knots. Flight director is active. That's all good. So passengers are ready now. So flight phrase pre-flight. Everyone's aboard the aircraft. Everyone's sat down. Make sure the navigation lights logos on. Set the stripes to automatic. Does the Barrack Okay, that's a flight plan. We're getting somewhere. This route will be accepted. Thank you. That's all I asked for. No need to get so rude. Right, so let me refile this flight plan now. Sorry, that just threw me off horribly. Right, so Lima Hotel Bravo Papa. Replan the whole flight plan again. Lima India Charlie Charlie. Plug that in. It should now clear the flight plan waypoints. Thank you. Departure. Oh, yeah, sorry. So flight plan, airways. I was on the flight plan before. Tower's unhappy because it was too short, apparently. Which is the first time I've ever had that complaint. Alright, give me seconds to recheck this. Right, so first waypoint is Drawyah to Catania. Sorry, Drawyah to, hang on, I missed out a few, so Drawyah, clear that if possible, no. Raise that. Right, Drawyah to Vfr. After Vfr, we fly to Rempe, followed by Catania. Then it's Divku to BMOC. After BMOC, we fly to PMOR. Insert that. Departure 3-1 right. Sticking with that via the Drawyah 1 Romeo departure, which I'm still sticking with. Insert that. Right. For a second time, flight plan completes. He's asking me back. Do I tune? Oh, I've got to, because it's ATC. Right,
PNH1009er.
Descent 3,000 feet, units 1009.
8,000 feet.
8,000 feet, okay.
right, so let's try this again, shall we? Wizz Air 2353 requesting IVAO flight plan to Catania.
Wizz Air 2253, clear to destination out of runway 31 left. Initial climb 7,000 feet, QNH 1009er, via Drawyah 1 Lima departure route. And your score clear by 2605.
Wizz Air 2353 cleared to depart runway 31 left via the Drawyah 1 Romeo departure. Initial climb 7,000, QNH 1009, squawking 2605.
Wizz Air 2235, feedback correction. Wizz Air 2353, feedback correct. Push and startup is approved. Facing north.
Right, so 3-1 left departure. I can do that via Drawyah. I'm happy with that. Insert. Pitch start approved for Wizz 2353 when ready. Facing north. So it's clear to push the start facing north when we're ready, which is fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We'll turn on the beacon lights now. And hopefully, if there's no other things with that, well, turn the AP on and just get the airplane ready to go. Oh, so that was the most bizarre startup I've ever had, one of these. Normally ATC is quite smooth, but on this occasion I'm not quite sure what happened there. It's not that difficult to understand. I mean, then again, you do get used to the voices, but yeah, you can understand that.
Heading 130 and 84.
Right, APU starting. The passenger expects departure in 8 minutes, so we've just got a little bit of time before we make our way out of. Check the flight plan, make sure that's also correct as well. That's going to be a Drawyah point 1 left. Drawyah 1 Lima. That, there, there, and then for some reason we start shooting to the north, which is one of the waypoints that he's given me. I'm not quite sure if Barreb is supposed to do that. Ah, Barreb. Hang on to flight plan. Can I clear the Barreb way? Sorry, hang on. Barreb. No, remove you. And also clear this second Duzlot, clear this Barrep, insert that. Cool, that makes more sense. That's our flight plan. I'm happy with that. So if begin our push and start clearance, the APU is active now, so APU bleed comes on. Quick check the FF panel, make sure everything is correct, which it is. Beacon lights on. Sorry, beacon lights already on, beacon lights is fine. Strobes automatic, that's all set. So, pushing facing north. And then 3-1 is going to be, well, 3-1 left. It's going to be the,
Runner 8744 at 8,000.
Runner 8744, descent 4,000 feet.
Descent 4,000 feet. Runner 8744.
Right, score the pushback tug. Let's get going. Nose needs to face right, so there's no pushback tug. And there is, it's just not, there we go, that's better.
Our flight time will be roughly 2 hours and 10 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are...
I'm not quite sure what the pushback tug is doing. Is it connecting the airplane or is it not? There we go, we'll just force it to do that. Right, here it comes. Switch you back to ARC mode. We're using the A320neo project. Yes, it is freeware. Not quite sure what the pushback tug is doing, but it seems to be stuck right now. Wizz Air is Hungarian. They're an Hungarian airline. Might be too far forward. Potentially. Well, let's see what it's trying to do now. It is manoeuvring. It's very awkwardly indeed. We're using IVAO. Would it have got unpushed? Probably. I mean, what are my alternatives apart from slew, if this doesn't work? Yeah, go on then, or slow it. So bring your airplane back. Facing north. Let's turn on the engines. We'll do a dual engine startup.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety
Yeah,
demonstration.
there's no active pause, don't you worry.
Flying with us.
Emergency exit on safety signs. Avárijas és összeapszívás extreme. On this aircraft has a total of 8 emergency exits showing train off. The wing lounge. 4 stāvārīs izējas atrodas visu pārnēm, and 2 doors are in the rear. 2 izējas atrodas pat mašīnas aizmugurējā daļā. In the event of evacuation, leave your luggage in below the floor path marking, which will guide you to emergency exits. Evakuācijas gadījumā stājiet caur
Welcome, Mateo, how you doing?
Līdz apliesojums norādīts tev līdz avārijas izējām. Please take a moment to locate the nearest you, keeping in mind that it may be behind you.
Yes, I do plan to an aging flight at some point. That'll definitely be coming at some point soon.
Now we're going to show you how to use seatbelts, like Mrs. Paradis, kā izmantot drošības jostas. Please fasten your seatbelt and secure it tightly. This is how to close and how to open it.
How did that push back? I just used slew mode. I cheated basically. Right, engine 1 and 2 are stable. Oh, are you serious? Now you... Just go away, pushback tug. We don't need you anymore. Bye-bye. Engines are active. APU off. Engine ignition off. Spoilers armed. Just to make sure I'm squawking as well. Squawk is... 2605. After putting on your own mask, please help anyone next to you who may need your assistance. Flex down 1. Your life is located under your seat in a sealed bag. Use gloves and vest atrodas and use krēsla. And let's now request taxi instruction. Wizz Air 2353 ready to taxi. Oh, they've, hang on. Wizz Air 2353 ready to taxi.
Wizz Air 2353, after pushback taxi to holding point Alpha 2 runway 31 left via Papa 1 and Alpha.
Taxi runway 31 left, holding point Alpha 2 via Papa 1 and Alpha for Wizz Air 2353.
Runway 744 right heading 280, cleared by the approach runway 31 right, report unestablished.
Turn heading 280, cleared to established ILS. Runway 31 right.
So TCAS right now on standby. We'll set to automatic mode. It should turn itself on. Actually, no, sorry, there's one more thing I actually need to do, and that is that. Yeah, so it's all new functionality in the A320neo. Yes, this is multiplayer. We are using IVAO. Ladies and gentlemen, a quick apologies for the slight delay and pushback there. There's some more confusion of our flight plan that has now been sorted out. We'll be departing in approximately 5 minutes. So here's a delay. Reason... wouldn't be a technical, probably just be a... yeah, just generic incident, we'll say very short. Make sure my taxi lights are turned on. How do you manage on 1086? It's easy. I mean, you're basically listening out for keywords. And so, using the phonetic alphabet for any taxiways and runway numbers, which is more than easy to understand. And it's really just a case of listening, it's not too difficult at all. And so it's called IVAO. The ATC today, IVAO or IVAO. Right, so going up to
Establish
the
the runway
threshold
31
point
right,
now.
Ryanair 8744.
Ryanair 744, runway 31 right, clear to land,
Idle.
variable at 2 knot.
Clear to land, runway 31 right, Ryanair 8744.
And let's
Wizz
hold
Air
position.
2353, left and right, runway 31 left arriving, traffic at final, runway 31 right.
Taxi onto position hold for Wizz Air 2353. So hold taxi into position hold. So we'll set up the lights for takeoff. Cabin crew, please be seated for departure. I have done Tomsaw once. Back for some release I did a Tomsaw to Oslo flights. So hold position. We'll set the braking to max in case we reject takeoff. At this point, we're now basically waiting for ATC to give us takeoff clearance. There's an airplane currently landing on the right. So potentially waiting for that. We'll see. Let's have a whiskey when you watch my streams. Safe to say, after this bizarre clearance, I'll be having one tonight as well. Not, I mean, maybe an Uzo tonight. IVAO is slightly more active in Europe than it is on that sim. So European airspace is very good on this.
2353, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff, windows variable at 2 knot.
Clear for takeoff was Air 353. Right. Yeah, I forget we got new things there. So cabin check and takeoff config sets. Right, throttles up 50%.
Camera crew seats for takeoff, please.
One into a stable, up to flex. V1, rotate. Positive right, gear up. So screen initial 7000, actually I should probably bring this back down again.
Ryanair 1044, runway vacated.
Zoom in.
Ryanair
Unless that's a
744, welcome
left-hand
to
turn now,
Budapest,
starting
config
ourselves on the
standard
routes.
choice.
Standard for choice, thank you very much, Ryanair 1044.
Wizz Air 2353, radar contact, climb flight level 180.
180 was Air 2353. Right, so on autopilots, let's get this aeroplane going. So initial climate, we'll say 4,000 feet per minute. Speed holds 250. Aircraft now level off, or kind of level off to increase speeds.
Wizz Air
And slowly
2353, after passing 7,000 feet, proceed direct to Tuzla.
After 5,000 direct to Dusla for Wizz Air 2353. There we go. Passing through 4,000 now. Going over the city of Budapest, so to get to enjoy some of the very nice scenery out of here. And so there is some charm to this departure, that's for sure.
Wizz Air 2353, continue climb level 360.
Continue climb 360 for Wizz Air 2353. So we've given clearance now to our cruising altitude, 36. Bring down to about 3,000 feet per minute climb. And directs to Drawyah. Standard altimeter. And very shortly we're passing through 10,000. AT voices are IVAO, yes. They're real people voices, real people speaking. So, one of the nice features of these online networks.
As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatories.
Ryanair 8744, stand Romeo 270, engines off and chalk.
Ryanair 744, flight and closed, Unicorn 122, simulate, good night.
Unicorn 122, simulate, bye bye.
Also, I need to jot a few things
Wizz Air
down.
2353, proceed direct to Bravo Alpha Romeo Echo Bravo.
Directs to Barra for Wizz Air 2353. Directs to that. It's possible to manage without top of descent. I mean, I've done it so far. I have muted him. If it's the same copy and paste guy, I have muted him once already, and so this will just be a ban. Flight details top of screen, that's provided by Fly Live Studio. Crash if you donate, Joseph. If you donated maybe $1,000, I'd crash, but probably not. Nope, voice replay is running. It's just sometimes a bit... I don't know, sometimes it doesn't like it, but I have turned on the play like voice public addresses. And don't forget, this is the alpha version of PACX, so it's not perfect. There are a few small things that don't quite work properly. We do two things: increase speed and lower the rate of climb. I'm also going to turn off the seatbelt sign since the aircraft's relatively high end, looking rather stable right now. Ah, that's why, because it's down here, isn't it? So that's why it's a bit... I don't know. There's a few small minor things with PACX, but again, being the alpha version, it's not perfect. Is it the virtual ATC client? This is a PACX. We're using PACX.
You can now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when seated in case of unexpected turbulence.
The PACX in the bottom of the screen, it's automated, but if you go to the taskbar, you can right-click PACX and toggle HUD, but that comes up automatically if you're using Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're turn off the wind shear message in the ECAM, so you can head down to the weather radar, and it's this button down here, predictive wind shear. Yeah, also make sure the ground spoilers are unarmed as well. It is beautiful, this simulator. It does look very pretty, that's for sure. So we should enjoy the sunset over Catania. We should enjoy a nice blood red sky on our descent. Something we'll keep an eye out for once you do reach that part of flights. I'll zoom out on the ND there. We'll keep on going. Just jotting down a few things. I've got a few emails to send out tonight, including one unfortunate one. Where is it? So the cruising altitudes I get from Sim Brief. So this is a flight planner tool use flight sim. So you get your waypoints, you get your fuel info, you get your cruising altitude, in case 360 past Catania 350. Gives you cost index, gives you your average winds during the flights. It's just a very nice flight planning tool. Also down at the bottom you get your flight maps, you get your altitude map as well. It's a very good tool this, and it's free to use, so well worth it if you're looking for something to play around with. Ooh, it's activated scene in Italy right now. We may even get on during landing. Have a look at the cabin, shall we? So, passengers are seated. In a short bit, we'll get our first crew service. Passing through 2550. Nice one, Drew. Glad to hear you're giving IVAO a go. I mean, like I say, I do like this network. I do like it. It's easy to get your hands on. Generally, it's very smooth sailing. And so, yeah, I recommend it. I do recommend it as a network. how do you start in 320? So the rule of thumb is in any aircraft, if you descend 2,000 feet per minute at 250 knots, you'll lose 30,000 feet in 80 nautical miles. So you can use that as a rule of thumb to determine when you should start your descent and how soon. And so it's different for every aircraft, but it's I guess one of the easier ways of determining how it will work out. So for example in the 747, perhaps go for a shallower rate of descent, therefore descend a bit earlier. But another thing is just the more you get used to aircraft, the more you start flying these things, the more used to these descents you get. Glad to hear it, Drew. I'm glad people find the tutorials helpful. We're using the Master edition of A320neo, so it's basically the... a bit of turbulence there. Basically the dev branch, but now known as Master. And so this is what includes all of the bug fixes. It includes the aircraft upgrades and other system stuff as well. So pass through 30,000 now, flight level 300, and almost our way to cruise. It's like a bit of a slower. Right, fine today. But hey, should be I'd say it should be a good flight. Nice and calm. There's a few storms behind us that we're going to avoid. The sun's slowly setting to our right hand side, slowly setting to the west. Thank you, Seco, for the 7 ZAR. Which currency is that? No, South African rands. Cheers, man. Much appreciated. Thank you, Sicko Plays. Last place to GitHub. Yeah, go for it. I mean, I don't mind. It's whether or not pilot bots will allow you to. Worst case scenario, stick in the Discord chat, and then Discord will allow you to post links onto there. What packs do I have? Well, packs are automatic in the A320, so they're all automated. I've explained to you a couple of times, Menek, how to do the reset camera points. I've done that a couple of times. I've not yet had a passenger incident, no. But I do know PACX will have a couple of them available as part of its system. And you can also determine how frequent. Gee, this turbulence is a bit heavy right now. Well, not heavy, but... you know, when you fly through different weather presets and it just jumps around. I love these flight sims, especially when it comes to weather rendering. So basically, passenger incidents, you can have like passengers who get sick, passengers who start fighting, stuff like that. Just passenger incidents that may require you to divert if the situation gets serious enough. I'm using IVAO, not a multiplayer interceptor, so you won't see me unless you're using the all option. As I say, that's the A320neo add-on which does the air conditioning. A320neo.
Wizz Air 2353, you're leaving my destiny command to it. Have a nice flight, see you next time, goodbye.
122 decimal 8 for Wizz Air 2353. Flight... No, so VNav is not yet working in this sim, and therefore I am still using the manual altitude and speed on my autopilot, but it's not generally too difficult to manage. I wouldn't mind being a flight attendant. I mean, there's no massive financial burden behind it, unlike being a pilot. And you still get that same bit of travelling around the world. You can save different camera viewpoints using the number keys on your keyboard. And so you can use that to switch between the different... Well, you can go to different views and then save them and then use them to jump back to different views. So for example, right now I've got set up the left seat, right seat, overhead panel, MCDU, left passenger window, right passenger window, and my favourite view, the galley. VNav, I expect, will one day get sorted out. Maybe a little bit of time before it gets there. Most bizarre thing I've ever done. Fly-by-wire is the system used in Airbus aircraft that allows you to control your aircraft via the sticks. So you move the stick around, it sends a electrical server to electrical signals throughout the aircraft, and uses that to control the elevators, control the rudder, control the ailerons. Flyby you're probably referring to there is just the name of the developer behind the A320neo project. No, it's just a few small, what's it called? What's the word I'm thinking of? Administrative things. Using IVAO.
In a few moments, our lovely flight attendants will be starting our in-flight
Welcome,
service.
Gab. How
We'll
you
be serving
doing?
complimentary drinks and snacks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note we only accept credit cards.
What do I do in real life? So I am a marketer and back-end database support person. So I do social media, or I do SQL, the basic stuff like that. That's for a mobile app company. I don't go to flight school. Autolands kind of works, but I wouldn't recommend it in this sim. I do plan to fly the 747 in the weekend, perhaps on Saturday evening. I shall be doing that. What do I use PACX on self-flying cargo? So PACX for me is the more complete add-on. It just does things better, and so that's why I choose PACX over self-flying cargo. And the fact that you can speak to passengers with your voice, you can go back, view all your end-of-flight reports, and view them online as well. Share them around. Hang on, where am I going there? Not there. There's a menu, records. So I can go to different flight plans, I can view them online and share them around if I wanted to. It's just small little things that this add-on does that I do very much enjoy. And likewise, it does have its own built-in career mode, and so if I really wanted to, I could also go and do a career mode using that. Cool. Right, so I've just sent it now to a quick email. That's all sorted. Hmm. Ah, right, fair enough. So that's all done right. How's that not worked? All inboxes. I'll keep an eye on that. Ooh, it's getting a bit cloudy right now, so I may keep an eye out for icing, just in case. About a quarter of our way into the flight now. Oh, so next weekend perhaps. What's the day next weekend? Or potentially this weekend. I'll try and do a group flight. 'Cause like I say, the last Sunday of every month I'll try and do a group flight. And so the 27th will be this weekend. So fingers crossed. We'll see how that all goes. That's just standard external camera, New York Yankees. You're asking me questions that are default features of the simulator. And it is coming off as spat. I mean, you do this every stream. At some point, I'm just going to have to mute you, I'm afraid, because it is just spam. I don't enjoy muting people, but it is just annoying now. The link in the description is working so far. The link should be working no problem. Oh no. I mute people for spamming the same question like 50 times over every single stream I do. It's not the first time he's done that. Yeah, we're a little bit hot on the speed right there. I'm surprised the alarms didn't go off that time. My favourite flight so far? I'm not too sure. There's been quite a few flights I've liked. I liked the approach into La Peneranza I did on Saturday nights. That was a very nice one. I mean, the sky was beautiful during that approach. Catania's in Italy, south coast of Italy on the Isle of Sicily. I've ever thought of flying an aircraft to the North Pole at some point, potentially. I mean, there are a couple of routes from the US out to the Middle East that do take that routing. And so I do have a couple of options when it comes to flying over the North Pole. These are the clouds on the high settings, not ultra, but high. I could make these look even better if I could, but right now my 1660 is pretty much at the limit of what it can do. which is why the 3080, fingers crossed, will completely blow things away. Yeah, so I'm just slowly settling on us now. There's a few storms up ahead of us, and therefore going to have to be a little more careful, I guess, in regards to how the weather affects the latter parts of this flight. There are a couple of flights that route over the North Pole. I don't think they've stopped around the Cold War. 3080 has been ordered. It'll take like a month for it to get here, but it will do eventually, that's for sure. I'm not too bad, watchers, so how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Worcester flyer. My favourite thing to come out of Worcester, that sauce that nobody knows what it's made out of. What's the sauce? A bit of a... What's the sauce? Cheese on toast. Can't go wrong with that. Right, check my emails. Right. Done. Okay, so that's all sorted now. I can close everything and now focus on the rest of this flight. Do apologise for that, guys. But some things do need to take a course. So yeah, I will be upgrading my CPU. I'm basically waiting now for the AMD 4,000 cards, and then make a decision based on that. Do I go for an i9 or do I go for an AMD processor? So I'll leave the i7 for now, but we'll see for how much longer. Oh, I've not forgotten the drinks. It's just glitched out. Small glitch, for some reason the cabin crew won't go through the cabin of the aeroplane. Show you the Vfr map, sure thing. So right now we are slowly crossing over to Italy. At Catania we descend down to 35,000 for level 350, so we do drop 1,000 at that point. And it's pretty much a straight in flights. And it's that P-more waypoint which makes for an interesting approach, that's for sure. Overfly the airport, come back in, do a loop. I'm not happy with the approach, but that's what the flight plan's been sent. I wouldn't call myself famous, good echo. But yes, this is a Drawyah here. Make sure you update it, Ido Goldstein. I mean, this is the latest version of the A320neo. I do update it every so often, so yeah, keep updating it. Reykjavik to Anchorage. Worth a shout, 6 hours route. See me all over the place. I mean, ever since the beta preview came out, that was probably where things really started blowing up for me, because I got basically a month of almost exclusive showcase Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I can't thank Microsoft and Flights.com enough for giving me a chance to, well, showcase the sim. It's done a lot for me on this channel, and yeah, this sim has done a lot for me on this channel. So, all things that I will certainly remember for a long time to come. Dual engine failure. Ouch, unlucky, Drew. Yeah, if I did that route... Tell you what, I might actually do that. Let me jot it down. I mean, do any airlines use the 747 on that route? Any airlines real life? Doesn't matter what generation of 74, but any at all. Reykjavik to Anchorage. Any airlines that use 747. Is that an Air did Air Canada have 74s? No. Yes, it's runway 08 for approach into what's it called, into Catania. So that will be a given. Alright, send down to 35,000 now, so dropping 1,000 feet as per the flight plan. And you now get to see it's on the horizon there. That's nice, that's a cloud. There's Italy. So not too far now until we hit the coastline of that. Nice one, Gresham. Much appreciated. Are we going to fly along the south coastline? Not particularly. We are cutting across Italy as a whole. So we get to enjoy, I guess, this bit of coastline here. Then we do cut across the majority of Italy. We actually, tell you what, no, we do fly along the, okay, yeah, tell you what, we do get a fair bit of coastline during this flight today. Do you know if flying into Manchester over Stockport is the pyramid there? I'm not too sure, Ted. I'm not sure what pyramid I'm looking for. Nor have I yet flown to Manchester in this. Not an airport I've done yet, but potentially will do at some point. Well, almost certainly at some points. I've not had that issue myself, Jack, but possibly a memory issue there. How much RAM do you have? Otherwise, passenger satisfaction is still at 100%, so I can't complain about passengers being unhappy, because they're not. ATC. Potentially, we've got a Rome centre, so we may speak to ATC over Italy. We'll see how that goes all ahead. I mean, was it 20 to 10 now? It's potentially another 20 minutes there on. Potentially, if it's only a isolated stutter, you might be flying over like a large city or something. But don't forget that in terms of satellite streaming data, it is streaming everything around you onto the horizon, and therefore there's a lot of data that Microsoft Flight Simulator has to pull. And so it's always a chance that it may just be pulling in lots of data, and eventually once it finishes streaming that, it starts calming down again. We've now entered Italy. So we get to enjoy the, we get to enjoy the Italian scenery for a bit. So we've got a few rolling hills below us, a few flat plains, a very mixed terrain. Yes, so that is a bug with PACX, and so it has been reported to the developers, TFDI Design, and hopefully will be fixed soon. But I am in regular contact with the TFDI Design developers, and so whenever I do get a bug that's big and noticeable, it takes them a couple of minutes to fix and update. So, as this is, I mean, don't forget, this is still the alpha version of PACX, so this is with the brand new cabin map. So the cabin map is still being worked on, still being tweaked, and potentially at some point soon we'll see it fully integrate and work. But hey, I am still very impressed with the add-on. Adds a lot to the sim, and just, yeah, it adds a lot. It's a lot of fun to fly with. So we're definitely going for the RTX 3080. That's been ordered. In terms of CPU, I'm currently waiting for the AMD 4000 series card processors to release, and then once those are out, I'll make a decision between 4000 or i9. But graphics card will be a 3080, that has been ordered. Then these SM5s fly to Anchorage. Ah, okay. We'll see. I mean, SM5's not in the sim right now. I try and keep things as accurate as possible. I mean, I don't mind a few inaccuracies. So when I flew the 747 a couple of weeks ago with British Airways, that was my flights from London Heathrow to New York. So it's a British Airways 747, but a 748 instead of a 744. So stuff like that, I don't mind too much. Or I've done so many flights to the A320. In real life, it's the CEO, but in the sim, I just use a Neo because why not? So, for example, when I did Lauda on Saturday, Lauda don't use any Neos, but for the sake of the sim, it's a CEO. It's be a very beautiful sunset this tonight. And hopefully, as we descend into Catania, we get to enjoy a little bit of twilights on that descent. I mean, sun doesn't go down for another... apparently about 20 minutes till sunset. Then again, 20 minutes till sunset, the airport's only 240 miles away. It's good progress. Program our approach. Well, presuming there's no ATC that want to contact us. Let's have a look. Okay. So currently Italy has got a controller. 125750. That's showing the map. So this is us. Wizz Air 2353. And then right now we have got a fair bit of controller right now in South Italy. So potentially we will speak to someone. We'll just see how that goes when we do reach that part. So we won't begin our approach just yet. We'll wait for the tower to give us all of that. A few high altitude clouds right now, but nothing too crazy. Yes, AMD definitely is a better choice when it comes to CPUs these days, which is why I'm waiting for the 4000s before making a decision around that. NVIDIA still very much king when it comes to GPUs, and so we have got big Navi coming out, but we'll see. Well, we won't see because I've already ordered my GPU, but I don't know. AMD when it comes to graphics cards has always been the, I guess, the cheaper option, but the more standardized cards. Tell you what, we'll plug in the approach as planned. So it's runway 08 ILS via the Pimo to Pepper. So I'll plug that in and see how that goes. Well, I know that sim is something I've explained on plenty of occasions. I don't think I need to explain it again. No idea about download errors. You're gonna have to speak to Asobo because I'm not a developer for this platform. So in up buttons you can download the A320neo project add-on, and that adds a lot more cockpit functionality to the simulator. Nice one, Smith. Very nice. Ah, Nick, how are you doing? Long time no see, man. My brother was back from a small trip. Well, Yankees, please stop spamming on chats, otherwise I will just remove you. It does look good, doesn't it? With the orange sky, you've got the clouds, you've got the haze in the air. It all comes together so nicely. So got a little bit of cruise left to go. We should soon be contacting... Well, we'll see if they're still active right now. Centre. Yes, they are. So we should be contacting Rome Centre in a short bit. We'll see how that one goes. No, you're not spamming chat, Drew. New York Yankees is. I did watch Air Crash Investigation, yes. I don't think I'll be recreating any of them. Localizer mode. So, what localizer does is it manages your heading all towards the runway. So there's two settings. You've got and approach, your heading and your altitude. And so localizer puts you towards the intercept for the glide slope, and then set your heading so that you're pacing towards the runway and the correct heading for the runway. So localizers, think of it as like your LNAV for approach. It calculates your heading, while approach goes down the glide slope, and so it goes down the like the VNAV for your approach. So localizer controls your heading, glide slope or approach controls your altitude. So it's going to be low over the horizon now, so it will be a nighttime landing at Catania. We were expecting for a sunset approach, but ultimately the delay in our clearance probably pushes back a couple of minutes, and so we'll be missing that. But hey, it's no big deal. We can do a night landing. Ignoring whose text, Nessa? I've not seen any messages from you at all today. You can engage localizer before your final waypoints, but make sure you're on an intercept at the very least. Not yet in Rome airspace. We are very much on the border of it right now, so we expect a message soon for contact, but we haven't crossed it just yet, ever so slightly. Yeah, you're probably right, Sci-Fi. I mean, I normally get a message from them saying, please contact me at this frequency. So we'll contact them. And at the very least, we'll request a flight following. So 125750. Let's hope this guy's in a slightly better mood than Bucharest.
Anch'io prossimo alto passo
India Kilo Roma ricevuto, l'H di Lucca l'1012, il vento da 120 gradi 6 nodi, la preferenziale da 10.
ricevuto 1-0 preferenziale.
E Club 040 anche per lei, l'ultimo H di Lucca l'1012, il vento da 120 gradi 6 nodi, la pista preferenziale è la 10.
There's the volcano. Mount, what's it called? Etna? Yes, Mount Etna.
040 Roma mi ha ricevuto?
Sky Club 040 ricevuto, pista preferenziale 01, condizioni meteo copiate, su altopasso.
Benissimo, e il prossimo punto di riporto?
So right now we're just waiting for a gap in the chat, and then we'll say hello.
Ah, mi perdoni, sì, altopasso è 03, è mio errore, riporterete.
Hello there, Wizz Air 2353 at flight level 350.
Wizz Air 2353, room information, buonasera. We can't risk clearance from monitor Unicom 1228. Have a nice night, bye bye.
No worries, 1228 for Wizz 2353. Okay, so looks like we're not getting ATC with Rome today. We'll fly as we are, as we soon make our top of descent. What was it now? 120 miles. Yeah, we're not too long to go to our top of descents. Not too long to go. Speak with a fake Italian accent. Nah. No, well, we have no more ATC, so it is Unicom now the rest of the way. Not by default, Matthias. I mean, in reality, you use the data page to figure out how long there is flights, but in the A320 Microsoft Flight Sim, not by default. That's why we use the ET at the top and the progress bar from Fly Live Studio. Right, I'm just going to pop to the loo for 2 seconds, and we shall, well, yeah, pop to the loo. When I get back, start our descents. Cool, I'm back. So, about 80-ish miles to go now until we hit the start of the start. Yeah, 5,500 user, that's all fine. Okay, so yeah. Start descents right about now. We need to be at 3,000 for the intercept. So we'll start off the speed actually first of all. So they're playing to about Mach points. Mach 0.72. Down to 3,000. That's minus. We'll go 1,800 initially. Me. Yeah, sounds like you're having a bit of a disaster evening there, Drew.
Customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for presentation upon arrival.
Glad to hear it, Merciless. I'm glad you're enjoying the streams. If you're doing Norwegian, never review your face and tell how many people download it. I mean, well, first of all, Norwegian don't have an A320, so that for me is a no already, I'm afraid. But you do what you do. We are using IVAO ATC, but we are right now on Unicom, so we shall be guiding ourselves into the airport. I'm trying to figure out where we are. I mean... Oh, right, okay, that makes sense. So that there is Mount Etna. So Catania will be out here. So we do have a right-hand turn to make later on. That we'll do later. We'll be landing in about 15 minutes. 15-20 minutes. I'm not an issue with the MCDU not accepting livery codes. Well, accepting airport codes. Not an issue I've had myself. No, there's no update yet. So 747 that has the issue of mirrors text. There is no update yet for that one. Have I flown to... I've not landed at Linate, but... Oh yeah, I've not actually been to Linate yet in the sim, but I have been to Linate in real life. In fact, I've been to all three Milan airports, Linate, Bergamo and Malpensa. I went to Malpensa in November last year, to Bergamo in... Sorry for the writing, that's my cats. Bergamo in November last year... Sorry. Malpensa last year November, Bergamo last year December, and in January I went to Linate. It's not meowing. Yeah. You can do it. Meow. Not quite a meow, but hey. What am I doing? Let's focus on this approach, shall we? So passing now through 26,000 feet. Speed's reset, so we're down to 250 knots. Increasing rates now to 2,000 feet per minute. Meow, says the chat. Come on, surely I can get a proper meow out of that. There we go. Name of the cat is Charlie. She's a 5-year-old Maine Coon. Jump on your keyboards. Not today. Not today. Ain't that right? How are we doing for descent? I should probably take some martial descent because we're not too far from the airport at this stage. Look at that approach. Romeo 80, 89, 99, 108, 118, 127, 137, 146, 156, 165, and then there's so many other waypoints just going around. It's going to be a long one, that's for sure. Meow says sick Nick. Cheers for that, man. Much appreciated. Oh, so we were delayed on our departure, and so that is a few minutes added. There was a slight delay, and therefore we did have to add a few minutes, but we'll do an announcement that we are now coming in early. But before we do that, let's turn up some of the brightness, shall we, since it will be a relatively dark approach today. Also announce that we are turning on the seatbelt sign. And that we are ahead of schedule by approximately 30 minutes. We'll say 20 minutes. Stay on the safe side.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
Very close behind me. Nice one, Interceptor. I am very much enjoying PACX, just minus the fact that the cabin crew still don't know how to do a drink service. But I'm very much enjoying it. I mean, yeah, PACX, what's there to say? It just adds so much to the simulator. Cabin crew announcements, the fact that you can actually speak to your passengers on board, end of flight reports as well that you can share around. There's a lot that PACX does, which just adds so much to the simulator. And having the bottom HUD as well, just as an extra little bonus that is a lot of fun to have, a lot nice to play with. So yeah, the air stewardess is PACX, TFDI design PACX. The cabin layouts I love. I mean, there's a few small bug fixes here and there that need to be done, but again, it is an alpha version, so I'm not going to make a massive fuss about it. But it's just super smooth, super nice, and I like it a lot. I can click on each passenger to view their stats as well. It's just very nicely done, this. Very nicely done. Let me see his head here right now. I like it. I like PACX a lot. One question. Did you notice a bug web? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Leonardo. Football team, I support Chelsea. We had a very, very good game today. Link to download. Presumably you're talking about PACX? Sure thing. So this here is the PACX link. Yes, this is also a mod for the safety demos and was it safety demos and cabin, well, safety demos, passengers, flight attendants, cabin crew. It's the cabin and passenger experience add-on, PACX. Passenger and crew experience. So, how long to go now? Make a round turn. Catania is just there. Now it's Etna, visible to our right. I've answered your question so many times now, New York Yankees. I've answered it so many occasions, it's over. Sorry, but you are now gone. If your deluxe aircraft disappeared, sometimes if you lost internet connection or your firewall's changed, then it may lose it. So just wait 24 hours, it should return again. I had that issue myself a couple of weeks ago, and it just eventually fixed itself. Gonna make our descent rate slightly shallower. Yeah, so tomorrow is the dev updates, and therefore we should have an idea of what our next fixes shall be. And Fabio is getting banned. We do not tolerate piracy on this channel of any kind. Oh sure, some of you, I'll even get rid of the HUD for you if you want to take screenshots. Got a round turn now that takes us over the towards the airport. Landing runway 08. 08. So we're going to come in from the other side. We've got a short 10-mile hop in a straight line towards the airport, and then we enter this magnificent approach plan, which is, well, you can see.
We have begun our final descent into Italy. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and
let's get the local altimeter right now.
Carry on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
QNH 1014. And this shallow water descent rate's about 800 feet per minute. Actually, well, we'll probably increase that before the final bit. We've got another 7,000 feet to descend. And about 40-ish miles. Yes, I definitely say that PACX is better than FS2 cabin crew, because with the cabin crew add-on, it's pretty much just the cabin crew setup. With PACX, you get the full passenger experience as well. You get all the custom audio samples, the custom airlines and that. You got your own, what's it called, your own career mode as well. There's a lot more that PACX does, which, for me, when it comes to all of the passenger add-ons, so you got PACX, self-loading cargo, and FS2 crew cabin crew, PACX is by far king of the lot, in my opinion. Replay feature is on the way. They haven't announced a release date yet for it, but a replay feature will eventually be coming. Quite bright moon tonight. Quite a bright half moon. Yes, impacts, you can also do the reason of travel. So you've got business, you've got leisure. Business, 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 leisure, business, business, business. Quite a few business people on this plane, I must say. Not leisure, but a lot of business on board. So you get your gender, age, reason of travel, thirst, hunger, seatbelts, and satisfaction. The runway is visible, actually. The runway is just there. I'm not sure if we'll do the entire arc or if we just vector ourselves in, but we'll see. We'll probably descend down to 500 feet per minute descents and increase that towards the latter stages of it. The expected arrival is another 22 minutes spotted on the screen, so we've got a little bit of time left. As far as I'm aware, yes, PACX is the only one that enables the jingles and safety videos, yes. Download from YouTube, so download them as a .wav file, so a WAV file, and then drag them into the, well, you can put them any way you want, but PACX has on the documents have a safety demo and boarding music folder. Yes, we shall be using an ILS approach for the landing today. Well, not for landing. We'll be manually landing it, but we shall be using ILS for the initial approach and glide slope. I haven't tried career mode yet, but I will do at some point for sure. As it is an interesting little feature, and potentially goes back to the good old days of FS Passengers, if you remember that one. I mean, FS Passengers I'm still absolutely in love with. It's almost, well, it's definitely a shame that it no longer works. At least you can do with P3D version 3 and below. But, not very often these days. They've got a few tallish towers over there in the distance. The airport's slowly coming around now. There it is. I'm sorry, which one's, yeah, I'm fairly sure that's Catania and not that one. There's an A320 on approach as well somewhere. Also not too far off the, landing. Gosh, it really is a long arc, this one. What I'll probably do is just skip most of that and just bypass it. So we'll go to 250. Actually, tell you, I'll go to 255. In a couple of minutes, we'll drop the landing gear. About to pass through 4,000. We'll go back to, well, we'll go to 1,000 feet for descent rates. Just because we probably started a little bit on the early side, but nothing too crazy. Go 265. Flight time is 1 hour and 30 minutes, 1 hour 40 minutes. No, Drawyah is not a real pilot. Yeah, you can start flight scores as long as you're 18. It's no problem. You can start when you're 16, to be fair. You don't fly solo until you're 18, but you can start flying when you're 16. So you've got PACX at the moment, you've got self-loading cargo, and in terms of passengers, that's the only two really. As FS cabin crew is not for passengers. Well, you can kind of do passengers, but not as much as these two. But PACX, I'd say, is the number one when it comes to the passenger simulations. I have no idea local on it because I've not had any crash desktop issues, nor my developer to be able to confirm any of those kinds of fixes. ATC was in English, yes. Start a right hand turn.
2,500.
Heading 320.
2,500.
Actually, not yet 320. Go 310. That's it, yeah. Start at 14, fly solo 16, get a license at 17. Not yet flaps, not yet speed. We've got a little bit of travel to go before we get to the airport, so we won't slow down just yet. We shall give it a few minutes. Zero. Head down to 230. Back down to 220, and this is like the first stage of flaps. Not too low. And the airport is only there. How do you want to turn, descend, and land practice? Lots and lots of practice. Yep, we are using auto throttle. That's the cats. Let's make a right hand turn. 350. Slow speed down to 180 knots. Set performance page, so 1014. Temperature is 21 degrees centigrade. Magnitude winds 230 at 9. Precision height 750. Transition 3,000. Actually no. It's 9,000. Invalid. 90,000. 9,000. There we go. Out. Right, runway 08 is vacated, thank you very much. Flaps 2. My co-pilot, yes. Oh yeah, highly recommend having a backup option right now because, as I say, with so many pilots out of work right now, there are so many cheap alternatives right now looking for jobs who'll take any contracts they can just to get back into flying. So You've got all these trained pilots that don't have a job compared to spending 100 grand on a new pilots that may or may not succeed. Much less of a risk factor. Right, flaps 3, localizer on. I see what you're doing, so it's going to take me back to the NAS one-way point. I'm not really sure why you're doing that. Okay, let's just hand flights in the rest of the way. So I need to be at 148 approach. Cabin crew, please be seated for landing. Cabin crew, please be seated for landing. Set the brakes to medium, spoilers armed. There's the runway in sight. At 10 miles, load landing gear. Level off our descent so we get back onto the glide slope. Right, so it's a 148 approach speed, so we'll slow the airplane down now to 148. Ten miles, gear down. Flaps 4. Landing in about 3 minutes. I have flown to Catania. Flew here with a Volatea in the Boeing 717. It's a flight to remember. I very much enjoyed the trip in the last generation of McDonnell Douglas MD-80/DC-9, and yeah, Catania is a very beautiful city. Anti-ice says there's no bug on the ECAM for anti-ice. Oh. Hang on. Alright, anti-ice is turned on. Turn that off, clears it. So, gear down, 3 greens, brakes set, spoilers armed, landing lights active, we have landing clearance, pre-landing checks complete. A little on the high side, so we'll pitch down slightly, get a bit lower. Also throttle will manage our speed for the most part on this approach, so should be doing alright. Yeah, no worries, HMU. Right. A little bit to the right, so we'll send the aircraft on. There's a strong, well, not really a strong crosswind. There's a crosswind right now coming at about 3 knots. So minute compared to what the A320's maximum capabilities are.
300. 200. 100.
Committed.
60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Reverse thrust sets. 1 for 1, I can accept that. Bit of a flight, but hey. 80 knots. Whoa, bit of a jump down the runway. 60 knots for us thrust idle. And let's use the high speed turn off points to our left now. To exit the runway.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Italy. The local time is
Lights off, task lights
7:35
set,
p.m.
APU
and it's currently
active,
about 28 degrees
flaps
Celsius.
up.
You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Catania.
If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
So taxi to the terminal won't take us too long. Then deboard the aircraft and check out our end of flight report on PACX. Yeah, the Microsoft Flight Sim flight effects has been exaggerated a little bit, and so we shouldn't really be gliding that much down the runway, but one day we'll see a few tweaks to the flight dynamics, and potentially at some point soon we get something a bit more realistic, but it ain't terrible, that's for sure. This is default scenery here, it's Catania. This is default scenery. The A321 flies across the Atlantic. I don't know of any A320 flights. I know that TAP Air Portugal do use the A321 from Newark to Lisbon. Yep. Benvenuto in Italia, Drawyah. Benvenuto. Actually, a plane. Liveries Megapack. Gives you the. Oh, I forget this is a photogrammetry city, so the buildings look a bit rough, but they are actual 3D buildings based on the imagery locally. This is a photogrammetry city, Catania. So on the right there, we've got the main terminal. We'll go a little bit further. Passengers will be using buses to get to the terminal. Had a flight lesson yesterday here in Catania. It's awesome. Ah, you might actually know then. One of the guys who's a regular on this channel and a friend of my brother's, Matteo. Right, so I'm going to turn to the right shortly. And surrounds this area here. We'll be parking up for tonight. And this will be a last flight to actually. There'll probably be time for one more return flight back to Hungary, where the aircraft will then shut down for the rest of the day. So probably won't be a cold and dark shutdown, more ready for a turnaround. PACX. PACX is the voices. Idles cuts and airplane halts. Parking brake sets. AP is active, AP bleeds enable. Engines off. Taxi lights off. Beacon lights off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Catania. Local time right now is 11:45. Local temperature 21 degrees centigrade. We thank you for flying with Wizz Air today, and we hope to see you with us on a future flight soon. Have safe on this channel and have a good night. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross check. So, spoke to the passengers. All looks good. Top power active, APU off. And we'll see what ground surfaces we've got here. We can request, so we've got ramp connections, we can request the stairs, presume that they can find them. No ramp available. Okay, so we'll just have to do without, I guess. Although, I don't know, so it kind of then spawns it in later. After the second occasion, it will then work. There we go. So, deboard the aircraft in a couple of moments. Once done on the dome lights while I'm waiting. Where are they? Dome lights are here. We'll now request the cabin to expedite deboarding. So they can get ready with that. And hopefully now, there goes passengers now leave the airplane and start deboarding that. So Audrey Murray now leaving the airplane, as is Arthur Bird. There goes John Fraser, followed by Christina Hubbard. So yeah, slowly passengers deboard the airplane, slowly make their way out of that. We'll end the flight plan now, so ends that. Departure delay for unscheduled reason, slightly ahead of schedule, soft landing, that's that. Impressed me that time, tell your friends about the airline, glad to hit early. So overall, passengers seem rather happy with that, 99% satisfaction. So planned departure was 1950, actual departure was 1945, well take away 10 minutes because it was the slight delay there. Planned arrival 2140, actual arrival 2136, so pretty much spot on when it comes to timing today. Pretty much spot on. And so, yeah, that brings us to the end of our flights today. So, thank you for watching. Slight shame about the Budapest ATC today, but I'll have a word with the guys and see what I can do about that. And hopefully next time we fly, be a little bit nicer, that's for sure. Thank you for watching. You take care. Have a good evening. And I will hopefully see you in the very near future. I might as well drop it in the flight plan report as well, actually, since you guys are generally quite interested by that. View records, awards. Nope, not awards, it is records. That one. View online. And so, that link there shall be where the end of flight report uploads to. Like I say, you have a good one, guys. Take care, and I shall see you in the very near future. Good night and goodbye.